The murder of Jaclyn Dowaliby. She disappeared from the safety of her bedroom one night in September of 1988. The 7-year-old girl had gone to bed like millions of other children do across the country, in her home, in a safe neighborhood, in a city of Midlothian, Illinois. And she never expected to get harmed, especially not while in her own bed in the safety of her own home. But at some point in the night, she was abducted by a stranger. That morning, her mother, Cynthia, awoke to find her child missing and immediately called the police upon finding that her daughter had been gone. They quickly found a broken window, and they also learned from Jaclyn's adopted father, David, that the family's back door was open when he woke up early in the morning. Midlothian residents put together a search party in the hopes of finding the little girl, and for several days they came up with absolutely nothing. But 4 days after Jaclyn was reported missing, her murdered body was found in an abandoned dump in town. The site was just 6 miles from her home, and police theorized she was stolen away during the night, assaulted, and murdered before being discarded at that dump. Medical examiners set up an autopsy, but the results came back inconclusive with one key detail. They could not determine when Jaclyn died during that certain 4-day period. Soon police turned their attention to their mother, Cynthia, and her adopted father, David. Cops put together an admittedly weak case against the pair, but with no other suspects and little evidence to go on. They pursued it. Cynthia and David were arrested for the crime, and in 1990 they were both put on trial. Cynthia was acquitted for the murder charges, and David was found guilty in the case, but less than a year later his conviction was overturned. An appellate court ruled that there was actually no evidence implicating David in the crime than there was for Cynthia, and both were scant at best. Thus, they threw out these convictions. Prosecutors declined to pursue him again, effectively admitting that they put the wrong man on trial in the first place. As for Jaclyn, the time Midlothian cops wasted on the family abduction theory proved detrimental to the pursuit of actual justice. After David was quickly released from prison, cops revealed to the world that they simply had no idea of any other suspects. The assumption that the parents were involved likely stemmed from the tremendous amount of public pressure to find the killer. Without any leads, the parents ultimately became the prime suspects. Nobody else has ever been arrested for Jaclyn's murder or even named as a person of interest. In this department reveal, now more than 3 decades after the little girl was taken from her bedroom in the dead of night, Jaclyn's killer still remains at large.